Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome again to another edition of The Morning Trap. I am your DJ and co-host, James Bubba Williams, better known as DJ Exclusive. Want to welcome you to another early morning, Monday morning, February 1st. Happy Black History Month, y'all. Let's get it. Power to the people, y'all. We got a great show coming up for you today, so make sure that you stay tuned. Get your coffee, get your drinks, get everything ready. It's about to go down, y'all. It's The Morning Trap. Your boy, DJ Exclusive. Let's go.
Can't deal with the way that she make me feel. Can't deal with it, can't deal with it. By the way that she dancing up in them hills. Can't deal with it, can't deal with it. I'm stuck in a dream, this can't be real. Can't deal with it, can't deal with it. By the way that she moving, I can't stay still. Can't deal with it, can't deal with it. With the cards I'm dealt, can't play the field. By the way that she moving, I just can't deal. My poker face, no joke today. She holding jokers, can't fold the play. I'm trapped and I can't come back. Lost my mind, how I deal with that. She lets go, moving in control, letting out that soul, girl, got it like that. Eyes in the front, got eyes in the back. Queens on deck, like top of the stack. One by one, she gon' have her fun, getting down to the beat, make them all attract. She too much, she the reason y'all fuss. Got y'all open, calling all bluffs. I guess y'all just talking too much. Hard to deal with, ridiculous. Deal with the way that she make me feel. Can't deal with it, can't deal with it. By the way that she dancing up in them hills. Can't deal with it, can't deal with it. I'm stuck in a dream, this can't be real. Can't deal with it, can't deal with it. By the way that she moving, I can't stay still. Can't deal with it, can't deal with it. 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 Know it's on sight when it's beat, you the type that sneak, I'm the type that star mine. Fear God is the mark of the beast, like it's chalk in the street, black hoodie like the dark side. Better know it ain't sweet, like your mask on, speakers on 10 when I'm riding through the north side. Outside with a wrist, take a speed, better listen to me, get the running like the far side. Sheesh, know it's hard, but I make it look easy. All black 750 my Yeezy, and we came up bumping that Jesus, with the bread stacked up like keeper. Hope your mama still praying like Jesus. Don't ask, just know I got reason. Don't crash with the down south demon. Know I've been scheming. Sheesh, way too legit. Never been one to forget. Ever since I was a jit, she threw a fit. I didn't care like one bit. I wasn't built to be switched. Knowing Bell Ho, I came right back with the glow. I came right
Good
back
morning, everyone, and welcome again to The Morning Trap, February 1st, 2021. Happy Black History Month, y'all. Got a great show coming up. A lot of news to cover, so make sure that you stay tuned, and let's get it. It's The Morning Trap, y'all. Make sure that you hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
On sight when it's beef, you the type that sneak, I'm the type that star mine. Fear God is the mark of the beast, like it's chalk in the street, black hoodie like the dark side. Better know it ain't sweet, like your mask on, speakers on 10 when I'm riding through the north side. Outside with a wrist, take a speed, better listen to me, get the running like the far side.
Shout out to Andrea, shout out to Black Dragon. Good morning, y'all.
Whole time was to get rich, whole thing on my mind was to hit a lick. Nigga, all else fails, gotta take a risk. If it all goes well, you'll get a gift. Live or die, be real, this make a wish. Only time gon' tell, we ain't saying shit. Way back with it. Real ones gotta make a living. If you ain't down, you can split. Go click like, let's get it. I ran off with the gold. I slam dunk on the hoes. I stand on 10 toes. I stand on 10 toes.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everyone is ready for a good show today. The Morning Trap, y'all.
You seem like you wish that I was her. The impropriety is what makes us work. You seem like you want no one to see. With you behind closed doors is where I need to be. She's nothing like me. Something's missing. Me, I know what you need. That closed door kissing. Let me be your ride and hide. Let me be your great escape. Show you to this higher life. When nobody's in, I'm not.
Infinite Content, what's up, brother? We see you. Shout out to everybody that's joining us this morning. Make sure that you stay tuned. Got a great show coming up, and we are about to go down soon. Make sure that you stay in and keep it locked. Make sure that you hit the like button, share, subscribe, so you know when the morning trap is going down. I am your DJ and co-host, James Bubba Williams, better known as DJ Exclusive. Great show coming up, y'all. Let's get it.
My messages to make you mad. Teach me a good lesson with your love. A private night with you is what I'm dreaming. Maybe you're right.
Spill red wine, I appreciate that. If you want to tip your DJ, you can hit me up at DJ X3C on Venmo and Cash App. DJ X3C on Venmo and Cash App, and also DJ Exclusive at gmail.com on PayPal. Appreciate it.
I'll be a dirty, 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 dirty little secret. But can you keep it? She's nothing like me. Something's missing. Me, oh me, I know what you need. That close your kissing.
All night, all day. It's every day we with it. I can do this every day. It's every day the business. I can do this every day. It's every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. It's every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. We can get into it right quick. My neck, my wrist, my whip go crazy. Down south kid, don't fix your list. Don't talk too much, don't speak on my name. Pull up on you with the juice and the homies. I'm full of cognac and cook up a goalie, and everything that I got going is hitting.
Shout out to everybody that's checking in this morning. Want to welcome you again to another episode of The Morning Trap.
No, I ain't signed, but I'm in a scope. No, I ain't blind, but I'm finna go. Okay, I ain't got a minute.
Chuck Diesel, what's up, brother?
Today. I look like I got a lot on my plate, but I like how it tastes. Yeah, I like how it tastes every day. It's every day we with it. I can do this every day. It's every day the business. I can do this every day. It's every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. It's every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. What did you think this was? It look like you ain't believing, cuz. It look like you ain't believing, bruh. Let me open your eyes so you see it, huh? I was taught to attack to the finish line. I used to save up for finish line. I used to wait for my shot to come. Now I take it and scrape it like damn the time.
Me and my bros just got up. Full of kids, where I get when you sick. Keep making that money flip. Yeah. Keep making that money flip. All of my paper legit. All of my office legit. Got the game with a tight grip. On trip, don't ever trip. Talking, keep running your lip. Me, I come through in the fourth. Me, I come through in the been at boys. Me and my bros do road, no keys, no deal. We been at toys.
Mic check, mic check.
Been at checks. Me and my bros just got on God. I swear we been at next.
It looked like we had some technical difficulties, y'all, but we are back and we are good to go.
Where I keep when you're sick. Keep making that money flip. I've been on go since a kid. Now I got house full of kids. Where I keep when you're sick. Keep making that money flip.
never hiding, grinding, let's be honest. I'm too greedy, waste my time and I'm resigning. Find a better, just conceited. All I shout is spend like 40 on the bottle. Know I need it, I be going overboard. Even though I know I mean it. It's a drive-in movie when you pull up.
Shout out to everybody that's checking in this morning, that's joining us. Welcome to another edition of The Morning Trap, February 1st, 2021. Happy Black History Month, y'all. You know how we do it. Let's get it. Let's go. It's about to go down. I got a great show coming up, so make sure that you stay tuned, okay? And it's going down. The Morning Trap, y'all.
I ain't never asked you in a Kardashian, like a Kardashian, in a Kardashian. I'm to everything, I feel like ain't no hope around me. Black designer shit, smoking around me. Looking for that diamond in the rough, you done find me. Trying to keep my head on straight so they can crown me. Ayy, black on ice, PK Subban, whole team moving. Facts on life, we ain't losing, we ain't losing. Barricade, run through it. Barry Payne, keep zooming. Everything happened for a reason. Don't you be the reason that we lose it. She do gymnastics. She don't never curve me. She don't never act sick. She don't never go away. I ain't never asked you in a Kardashian, like a Kardashian, in a Kardashian. I go back, line 'em up, bring the gang. I go jump, I go bang, line 'em up, bring the gang, yeah.
You do the least, while I do the most. Put up Louis 13. And let's do it.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Got a great show coming up, so make sure that you stay tuned and keep it locked. It's about to go down. Good morning, Trap, y'all. Happy Black History Month. Make sure that you hit the like, share button, and subscribe, comment, so you always know when the Morning Trap is going down.
Don't let them caution out there. Better stand up when I walk in. Only respect that you're talking. Dior Nike rocking. Don't let them caution out there. The minimum, but your girl I take her to cinema. I'm taking your girl, she Dominica, and you look at me like a criminal. And when I go shopping, you know that I gotta get that and that and that and that and when you go shopping, you can't get that or that. You keep it at minimum, minimum, minimum. You keep it at minimum, minimum, minimum. You keep it at minimum. When I go shopping, I gotta get that and that. And
shout out to everybody that's checking out this morning.
You can't get that or that.
Girl, that's how you make it your move. Creeping on my left side. Drip got you so wet, what you wanna do? About to get your head right.
All right, y'all, we got a great show coming up, so make sure that you stay tuned. Shout out to everybody that's checking this out, from everybody that's streaming on all of the platforms and everywhere. We see you, y'all. Welcome again to the Morning Trap, February 1st. Make sure that you stay tuned. Make sure that you hit that like button, share, comment, subscribe. And if you want to follow each and every one of us, we'll have those taglines coming up. But if you want to tip your DJ X3C on Venmo and Cash App, DJExclusive@gmail.com on PayPal, y'all. It's the Morning Trap. Hey.
Baby, I know what you want. You'll be singing falsetto. What you say? Can we get away? What you say? Can I get a taste? 'Cause baby, I know what you want. You'll be singing falsetto. Now you all up in my ear, hitting all them high notes. Love the way you make it disappear. You like the way I backstroke. Let me take your body for a ride. All that ass you know is good tonight. Just let yourself go with me. Girl, I'll leave you satisfied. Baby, I don't wanna play no games. We can do this, girl, just like the flame, yeah. I'ma put it down in the bed, right? Calling out my name, girl, I know what you like. What you say? Can we get away? What you say? Can I get a taste? 'Cause baby, I know what you want. You'll be singing falsetto. said, oh, what you say? Can we get away? What you say? Can I get a taste? Cause baby, I know what you want. You'll be singing falsetto.
Yo, I freaking hate this crew. Oh God. Oh man.
Better believe it. You better believe it. You better believe it. You better believe it. Yeah. You better believe
Shout out to everybody that's checking us out this morning.
My standard procedure declare and decree it. I mean it. You better believe it.
Yo, I can't even talk, man, because your other co-hosts, the other morning trap people are in my ear talking mad noise, y'all. Mad noise. But it's okay. Shout out to everybody that's joining us for the morning trap. It's about to go down. Great show coming up, so make sure that you stay tuned.
Yeah, you better believe it. Better believe it. Better believe it. Yeah, you better believe it. Better believe it. Better believe it. Yeah. You better believe it. I'm back with the genius and making agreements. We want it all. My standard procedure declaring decree. I mean it. You better believe it. Came with the fire like Phoenix. Standard attire, designer demeanor. Serena, I'm serving, I'm working, I'm hurting. The haters inspired the dreamers. You ain't taking no risks. You ain't finna win like this. I shoot, don't miss. Coupe ain't got no tints. Coupe ain't got no tints. See through all that shit. I don't pay to play. Like a scholarship.
Both.
Yeah, you better believe it. You better believe it. You better believe it.
Mondale beard look like a Brillo pad, y'all. I just want y'all to know that, okay?
Better believe it. Yeah.
No, you didn't. Oh my God, bro. No, you
better
didn't.
believe it. Better believe it.
Oh
Better
my
believe
gosh.
Better believe it.
I can't see you yet. Oh my
Better
God.
believe it. Yeah.
I'm the boss of the boss cause I sign the checks. Got the new Balenciaga, then I step on next. Get you a girl that can do both. Set up the mini on the table, able to get the job done. Giuseppe while I hold my son. Got booty this
I'm getting all kind of tea in this ear right now this morning.
Never go to jail when I spit these bars cause I'm a real G.
So y'all, make sure that y'all stay tuned, y'all. So we got a lot of surprises coming up this morning, apparently.
I'm pulling out.
It's the morning trap, y'all. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat room checking us out this morning.
Hands up, ladies, throw your hands up. 100 bands up.
Oh, it's gonna be something else.
Then I drop it downtown with it, down with it. Drop it to the ground with it, ground with it. Hands up, ladies, throw your hands up. Throw them bands up and don't ask what's in the cup while I bring it downtown with it, down with it. Drop it to the ground with it, ground with it. Oh, 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 oh. Pull up in the Phantom, but the gang don't need the bandana. Got my girls, I'm a winner, and we slay, don't need the damn center. Raise your hand if you're a winner. That was cute, but I can buy my own dinner.
Right, people, make sure you hit that like button to share, comment, subscribe, so we always know when the morning trap is going down, y'all.
These M's to some B's, I don't care.
It's the morning trap, y'all.
You a boss if you're listening today. Roll your eyes, break it down, cause we don't play.
We got a great show coming up, so make sure that you stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as usual, it is time for the show to begin. So I bring to you 5 of the most annoying people I know, but I love them to death, y'all. It's the morning trap, February 1st, 2021, y'all. It's about to go down. And I am the 4, you son of a...
It was.
Oh, he did trim that beard a little bit.
A lot. Who's that person?
No, he really like 5 years old.
Like the oldest 5-year-old on the planet.
Right, bro.
That be you, Benjamin Buttons.
Well, who's saying good morning to the people this morning?
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, let's say good morning first. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Trap. We are joined by Benjamin Dixon, of course, me, Rebecca Azor, Marcus Farrell. I keep saying Farrell, Mondale Robinson, and James Bubba Williams. How is everybody doing this morning?
Blessed and highly favored.
Blessed and highly favored.
Come on.
Trying to get my cup, the cup I stole from my wife.
Rebecca over there
You can
giving Wakanda vibes. I see it.
Yeah. Wait, where the African where the
It's
African
Black
earrings?
History. Right here.
Oh, I can barely see it. Okay, up against.
Yeah, because it's on
against
top
it.
of my hair. But
Yeah, okay, I see it now. The light is hitting off of it. What's going on, everybody? Good morning, everybody.
Happy Black History Month. Let's start with that. Happy Black History Month, even though we are Black 365 days a year. Around this time, we get to be extra Black. Because I think everybody here is pretty extra Black every day. But we get to be real Black. I mean, annoyingly Black to people. So I'm excited about that.
Well, James did say we are the 5 of the most annoying people he has ever, which includes you. You're number 5.
Take his name.
I was including myself. I know I'm annoying as hell.
Okay, we thought you did the math wrong. That's all. We thought you weren't counting.
I know.
He said,
It was well calculated.
5 of the most, including me.
What is that? What does that stand for on your hat, Mondale? Peace, Boston, and then a heart, or not Boston?
No. That's peace. No. Stay with me. Peace, beloved.
Peace,
it's a Black company.
Okay.
Oh, what the ED is on this side. Let's get him. Peace, beloved. It's a Black company.
Peace, beloved.
Yeah. Shout out to Chase.
I like it.
My anniversary was yesterday. No, not yesterday. Saturday.
Saturday, bro.
Ooh.
Yeah. We had a great time.
Anniversary.
In the pandemic. As much fun as you can have in the pandemic, right?
They say that, it's all fun. Like, the pandemic gets people closer and...
Oh, we're definitely closer. Shout out to my babe, the CEO of Eastern 42nd, making all this possible
Jada.
along with. Shout out to my
What up,
anniversary,
Jada?
baby. I wasn't in the right state of mind to say that on Friday.
Boss lady.
I love love, and I love, and it's the month of February, you know what I mean? And, so congrats to you guys and everyone else who's about to be booed up on the 14th.
Oh, that is this month, isn't it?
Because, everybody got
Man,
the anniversary on the 14th, too. So everybody about to be...
So what's the secret? If you don't get a text message on the 14th.
The most important
Go ahead,
thing about
Marcus.
this month is my birthday month. Shout out to
Oh, it's your
Aquarius
birthday
season.
month.
Well,
Shout out to Aquarius season. All the Aquarius is stand up. That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
Shout
out to the Gemini.
Wait. Stop. Mark's a little too hype about Aquarius. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Aquarius season. It's my birthday month. You know what I'm talking about?
Mondale, I'm not used to seeing you without shades, man. Where your shades at?
Mondale doesn't want me to celebrate
I'm starting
my
a
own
new
birthday.
What's that?
when is your birthday? When is your birthday exactly?
February 10th. I can't even celebrate my birthday with this Negro.
Oh, my God. Here we go.
Oh, God.
I can't even celebrate. I can't even be happy.
Screw your
birthday. Why you got a birthday now?
See how I'm doing. Listen. I don't know if y'all noticed or not. I've not been allowing Marcus to mess with my
this month.
Marcus has not been allowed to mess with my chi because I've been taking Noom, and part of Noom is because it's not about a diet; it's about a mindset. So they got this thing.
He been taking Doom.
Yes, it's called Improve. So instead of arguing with people or getting stressed out, you use the I to imagine the outcome that you want from a situation. Right? So I'm not even gonna go to the others. I don't need to go to other stages because when Marcus started trying to get under my skin, I just imagine that Marcus is saying nice things.
Who trying to get under? This brother actually told me not to celebrate my own birthday. Why you so happy about your birthday?
Celebrate you,
and he's talking about I'm trying to get under his skin. Come on, really?
These two are like step brothers. Okay, so Mondale, let's talk about you not having these shades because you want to rock this little low down beard you got going on.
Nah, because I'm drinking less. I'm drinking less. No alcohol on Sundays.
Good.
All on Sundays. Okay. So no inebriation of any kind on Sundays? Okay, cool. That's a deal.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's that's that self-care day, and maybe that's
Monday
a part
through
of your
Friday.
self-care, and that's good.
James, I just
Ben.
realized how
Ben.
thick your
Ben.
prescription is over there. What's up, man?
If I say no alcohol on Sunday, why would you say Monday through Friday like Saturday's not a real day?
No, I'm saying Monday through Saturday is the rest of the week.
you said Monday through Friday.
We good. Like Sunday's a good day to rest. It's the Sabbath. We got to. Well, it's not, technically.
It ain't the Sabbath for everybody.
It's black. It's black.
Seventh-day
Missionary
Adventists say
Baptist
that
church
ain't right.
folks. Yeah, Seventh-day Adventist folks don't really disagree with me on that. I'd have stepped into that. But anyway, the point is that we know how to rest on Sunday. You know, black church folks, we drink every single day of the week, and then we pretend like we don't drink on Sunday. So same difference.
Sunday, you
Some
don't
of them
curse.
some of them come to church. Some of them come to
Now.
church on Sunday smelling like alcohol.
After church, that's a whole different conversation. Talk to your deacons. I can tell you what they were doing after church. Anyway, Rebecca, what's in the news?
Okay, so before we get to the news, I wanted to play some Black Joy. We're gonna start with that. Aside from your wedding anniversary, and Marcus's birthday coming up, and Mondale with the little boy on the
Marcus'
beard,
birthday.
and the self-care.
Oh my God.
And Bubba with
and Bubba just
I'm
being
gonna
his great,
smile
me
throughout
being
this.
really cute. We're gonna go ahead and play
not gonna
this
get
video.
me
Run this
today,
video
bro.
first, Dwayne, so we can. I want you guys to watch this video.
the damn video.
We're gonna head out, y'all. All right, y'all. We're going to head out. Yeah, that's her oldest. I think so. Still working on the yard out here. It looks good. Y'all go get in the car. Yeah, girl. Yeah, she don't work out there no more. She work out there
This
with
is kind of accurate.
you know his name, the tall one. I don't even hang
funny
around there no
'cause
more.
it's
I
true.
said I let all that go. Let the window up.
Not by the trunk.
Yeah. Next time I go out there, where I grab
She
you
sound like
some.
she from Atlanta.
What kind? That's the kind I use. But yeah, just let me know. We'll come.
That's definitely North Carolina.
Yeah,
She said,
he like to go
she
out
said
that way.
let the window up.
Just
Y'all
let me
don't
know.
understand when that's
All right,
girl.
Yo, listen, and the whole time it went from 80 degrees in the car to 110 degrees, and she don't care. She, yeah. And
She
she's
said,
in the car. Your
let that
skin,
window up.
your skin sticking to the upholstery
man.
and stuff like that. And she looking at you crazy as hell. Like if you make one move, I'm gonna whoop your behind. Nah, man, listen, that's real. That was real right
It's
there.
real. It was
All of that.
accurate.
That
I feel like we
window.
all were raised somewhat the same. If you're black, you know when your parents or the person that you're with says they're leaving, we already know that's gonna be like an hour, 2 hours, and literally they just moved from where they were to the parking lot, but that just took forever. And it's like after church, that's how it was. You already knew Mama was gonna go around everybody and talk to everybody. It was just at the Haitian party, she was gonna go talk to It was just like, damn.
I've never been to a Haitian party.
Shout out to Haitian parties in Broward County.
I've been to a couple
Oh
of
my God.
I've been to a couple of Haitian house parties. I guess that counts. Never mind. Take that back.
Haitian party.
Yeah.
But not in Fort Lauderdale, in Boynton Beach.
But,
Shout out to everybody in Boynton Beach.
well, shout out to the Biles.
All
All right,
right,
let's get into the news, y'all. What's happened with let's get into the news.
that's what the people came for.
That's what they came for. So we're gonna talk
can we-
COVID. And go ahead. What's up, Mondale?
It's Black History Month.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
Can we have a favorite moment about Black History Month? I don't know,
Yeah, I mean,
we are
I'm up for it,
Negro.
Rebecca.
We are Negro people.
I mean, you don't
You
look like
start,
Frederick
Mondale.
Douglass anymore. You trimmed it down a little bit. So who does he look like now? If it's not Frederick Douglass?
Mondale, ignore them people, man. What's your favorite Black History Month moment, bro?
You still look like Frederick Douglass. Don't get it twisted.
Frederick Douglass' little brother.
Y'all some disrespectful.
Listen,
This is
and
a
I'm trying to
hallowed
move it
day.
on because Rebecca cussed me out last night for like talking too long. So come on, man, we're gonna do a little special segment.
Actually, let's save it to the end.
Go ahead and get it done.
Because if we want to do that, Mondale would have known that we would have discussed Black history in some part of the show, the meeting. So we can definitely start.
I had to go.
With the,
But I had a
Black
pain in my
history.
stomach, so I had to go to the hospital.
Yeah, and I reached out to you just to check on you. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry
You okay?
that
How
you
you
did
feeling,
have
bro?
a pain in your stomach.
I'm lying like shit. I ain't going to no hospital.
Yeah, that nigga bro didn't go to the hospital.
I knew that. Look, I knew that. That's why I was like, you really about to play me on air? Listen, let's talk about some Black history real quick and get to some news. So what's your favorite
All right,
moment?
let's go
from
to
Black
favorite
history,
moment.
Let's get to
Mondale?
some news. Let's get to the news and then we'll save it for the end.
Now he wants
because we got
to
all
switch
month
it
to
up.
do it. Because I don't want to mess up her plan.
When
Go
Rebecca
ahead,
said,
sis.
look, when Rebecca tried to be on their team, they'd be like, no, let's flip it around. Okay. Let's go ahead and get to some news. So we're going to start with some COVID news. Okay, so COVID vaccines roll out in disarray in U.S. and abroad. All 50 states are reporting shortages as administrative and healthcare systems struggle to distribute even the limited vaccine stocks that have been produced. The EU is now seeking to block exports of any vaccine from companies that have not fulfilled Europe's order first. EU officials have all that UK-bound vaccines are redirected to make up the shortfall on the continent. Biden has joined a World Health Organization-led program called COVAX, which has raised $2 billion to buy vaccines for poor countries. According to the New York Times, while more than 90 million people worldwide have been vaccinated, only 25 in all of sub-Saharan Africa, a region of about 1 billion people. Recent studies suggest that at least 4 vaccines that are effective at preventing infection with the original virus did not perform as well against the variant found in South Africa. The burden of supplying vaccines to low and middle income nations hangs heavily on a nonprofit group, which is COVAX, formed by a coalition of international organizations. Let's roll to that video.
Which video?
I think we're looking at a video. Keep going, sis.
Because we're looking at some video. Which video in particular do you want to see?
Of Senator Bill Cassidy on Fox News. But Fox News Sunday, Senator Bill Cassidy on how the problem started with how the problem public schools right now and teachers unions not raging not a raging pandemic. Do you have that? Look, do we have that video? I'm ready for it.
$170 billion for schools. Now, we've already given schools 110% of what they usually receive from the federal government. Parochial schools have opened with a fraction of that money. Charter schools are opened. The real problem is public schools. That issue is not money. That issue is teachers' unions telling their teachers not to go to work. And putting $170 billion towards teachers' unions' priorities. It takes care of a Democratic constituency group, but it wastes our federal taxpayer dollars for something which is not the problem.
So the country recorded 17,584 cases during the week ending in January. A month later, or a month earlier during the week ending in December 20th, more than 32,500 cases were reported. Data from the CDC shows that as of Saturday, more than 3.5 million vaccines have now been administered in long-term care facilities. Although 5% of the country's cases have occurred in long-term care facilities, deaths related to COVID-19 in these settings have accounted for about 36% of deaths from the virus in the country, according to the New York Times. And we also have this this video on Bernie talking about it as well. Take a look.
Is it a mistake for Democrats to consider abandoning bipartisanship negotiations so soon?
Martha, the issue is not, bipartisanship or not. The issue is, are we going to address the incredible set of crises and the pain and the anxiety which is in this country? You know what? I don't care what anybody says. We have got to deal with this pandemic. We have got to make sure that we are producing the vaccines that we need and get those vaccines into the arms of people. We cannot have children in America going hungry, people being evicted, schools not open. We need to open our schools in a safe way. That's what we have to do. So the question is not bipartisanship. The question is addressing the unprecedented crises that we face right now. If Republicans want to work with us, they have better ideas on how to address those crises, that's great. But to be honest with you, I have not yet heard that.
Great
answer. Bernie definitely took it to where it needed to be. What do you guys think about that, starting with Mondale?
I'm just glad he didn't allow them, like, that stupid narrative setting that usually happens in media and Democrats fall for to happen. He literally shut it down. This ain't about no bipartisanship. It's about the expense of people's lives. Like, and this idea, like, even going back to Cassidy's dumbass response on Fox talking about parochial schools and charter schools that open. Yeah, they're smaller and they don't take as many diverse kids as public schools. And by diversity, I'm talking about learning skills, learning levels. That is an absolutely disgusting and play that any Republican reporter, any journalist should have checked him on, but I forgot it was Fox Noise, not news. So I'm not surprised. Also, people should know that majority of the people in the United States public schools are black and brown students, so they feel comfortable saying that because white people kids, white people that are voting for them aren't really sending their kids to public schools. So shame on these bastards for playing games with black and brown kids. We do need more resources to school. First of all, what we give them is not enough. So saying that we gave them 110% of what they already get means nothing. You never say that about the military when you're giving them increase after increase after increase. So don't treat black kids and brown kids that way. It is disgusting, and it also shows how disconnected you are from reality, white man. But shout out to Bernie for flipping that.
Yeah.
I love that. I definitely love that. Marcus?
Republicans just learned how to say bipartisan last week.
I feel that. I definitely feel that.
I mean, where was bipartisanship throughout this whole COVID pandemic? I mean, they all of a sudden, like, Donald Trump's not the president, and all of a sudden they want to handle COVID, right? Like, let's not have a short-term memory. Just 6 months ago, they were trying to open everything back up. And I mean, even though they're trying to open it up now, they no mask protocol, like they were going ham. No one said anything about bipartisanship when we talked about S-hole countries. No one said bipartisanship when we were talking about immigration and building a wall. No one said bipartisanship when we talked about like giving billionaires tax incentives that really didn't help out American citizens. Where is this bipartisanship stuff coming from? It's like they lose power and all of a sudden we need to be bipartisan. I reject the whole notion, right? Like, Bernie just did an amazing job by not, addressing what they're falling in that trap, like Mondale said. But even more importantly, nobody gives a damn about what they have to say about bipartisanship, because that just got created last week. All of a sudden, they want to be bipartisan as soon as white people stop on the Capitol building. I'm never going to let that one go. That wasn't bipartisan. That was Republicans doing their thing. That was their last great act of selfishness within their party. So if they even mention bipartisanship when coming down to public schools, right? Like, you know what? I got something for you. Let's make bipartisan laws to get lead out of the schools that you're trying to send our kids to. How about that? How about let's make bipartisan laws to make safe streets and safe areas for black and brown kids who you're forcing to go back to school, or mandatory food for these kids who go back to school and for their families, right? Since you're forcing them back to school. But y'all won't be bipartisan about that because that would be too much social welfare. So when a Republican says bipartisan, I think, I can't hear you.
No, seriously. Yeah. Go ahead.
No,
Ben.
I agree. The Republicans don't even know how to spell bipartisanship, let alone act in a bipartisan way. So Democrats should 100% reject that notion and should 100% railroad this package through. Like, let's just get it done for $2,000, Alex. I'm sorry, Alex Trebek is no longer with us, but still, you get the point. We need to go ahead and do it and stop wasting time. Cassidy, talking about teachers union. Let me tell you something. The Republicans will never not seize an opportunity to undermine the public school system. They make villains of teacher unions all the time. And while as a former teacher and formerly part of a teacher union, while I have my own personal critiques of teacher unions, one thing I tell you, F Republicans when it comes to public schools, when it comes to teachers unions, because all they want to do is redirect taxpayer money from the people to private institutions, parochial schools, private religious institutions. So just be mindful of that in this bipartisanship attempt, that one of the things the Republicans are going to do is the same thing that they always do, which is try to undermine the public's best interest. So forget about Republicans on this one.
Period. And Bernie coming in with how he came in, listen, he is literally taking his, the last years of his life to definitely not give a damn about anything else except for what is important, what is now, what actually counts. And that to me means a lot, where he's talking to folks and saying, I don't have time for this. The real issue is the pandemic. Like, just like Marcus was saying, where was all this bipartisan talk before all this. No, the Republicans ain't about that life. We talking about a whole pandemic that they cared nothing for. The people are what matters, and I love that he definitely brought that. They try to bring out the schools, they try to bring out everything else instead of really hitting what the problem is, and that's what I love about Bernie.
Rebecca, your internet don't like you today.
Ooh. I thought it was just me. Jesus.
I thought it was me too.
Because I don't want the people to think it's all of us. It's really just Rebecca's internet that's screwed up.
My bill is due and I haven't received my funds, man.
We should live in a world. We should live in a world where the internet.
Wake up.
We should live in a world where the internet is free. Oh, we do. It's just not here.
In a world where the
internet
is free.
Yeah.
In Korea, South Korea, internet is free. So funny since the United States created the internet.
We're going to inject some a Black History moment here, or do we actually care about the news? Because I'm going to be honest with you.
James, what just happened?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look, somebody, y'all messing up everything up.
We messed with one person.
To be clean. We're always. My internet is messed up. Bubba, you're supposed. Bubba, what's going on?
Darkness, everybody.
I already know what it is. That's why I can't say nothing, because I know Mandela's gonna crack. Oh my God!
Look,
yo, he really disappeared.
His light went off.
No, he didn't. That Bubba disappeared.
I know.
Is that the logo on his shirt we're looking at right now?
Black on black.
I know we care about.
No, that's his haircut.
I officially cursed everybody on this show to go through everything that I've gone through. So.
you mean that Tallahassee internet you used to have?
You do right by me.
So y'all do right by me? Is what y'all
get them hands out of here.
Oh man. Yo, there we go. Welcome back. Let there be light.
Well, your battery pack must be low on your lights. Get you some real electricity in there. Get that generator off.
This East Point, the power is terrible over here.
Shout
One
out
drop
to
of
East
rain,
Point.
the power go out.
And that's Black history right there.
That's right. Atlanta, baby.
Smoke some things.
Hey, bro, no, seriously, let it rain too hard. We out here, our internet to go out in a hot second in this Atlanta suburb.
We got so much snow, but I'm so afraid to talk about it because Rebecca, she gonna fire y'all up on a break.
Rebecca, what else? What else we got? You got anything else in segment A, Rebecca?
I would love to take a break, and then we can come back and pop it in segment A.
Pop it?
Lock it. Drop
lock
it.
it? Okay, there you go. What? We'll be back with the morning trap.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, non-gender conforming individuals. I don't know, but I hear music, so let's go, Jay.
Back in pop. I just want that right now. Girl, you Uber outside. I can't wait just to get this on it. You want it right now. Want it right now. Don't take too long. Want it, yeah. You want it right now. Want it right now. Don't take too long. Come get it. Girl, you know I'm impatient. Don't keep a nigga wait. Girl, it's been too long. You know what I've been craving.
Shout out to everybody that's checking us out right now.
Don't get freaky in the night. When she hit the room, you know it's
hope y'all are enjoying the morning trap.
And you know I don't like to
and all of our faux pas that's going on right now.
You ain't gotta stand in the mirror with your makeup on, cause you know that take way too long. I just want that right now. Girl, you Uber outside. I can't wait just to get this on it. You want it right now. Want it right now. Don't take too long. Want it, yeah. You want it right now. Want it right now. Don't take too long. Girl, don't take too long. I've been waiting on you to pull up. Girl, I know you got a man, but he can stay at home. He don't need to be around when I'm taking you down. Damn, that drink too strong. We could roll up. Nah, baby, just hold up. Say you got a friend, bring it in. We can do what you wanna. I know you need it. Not to sound conceited, but girl, I complete you. I don't wanna wipe you up, no. But she look good. You ain't gotta stand in the mirror with your makeup on, cause you know that take way too long. I just want that right now. Girl, you Uber outside. I can't wait just to get this on it.
Talisha, I appreciate that. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat room checking us out. Make sure that you hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and share so you always know when the morning trap is going down, y'all.
On my cash and put it up in the back. I'm trying
try to snatch it real fast, add it straight to my sack. I'm like an evil, greedy miser when I look at my bank statements. Grabbing all the guap off on my block, banging. Just like a freak of nature coming with the havoc. Pull me back in the patch, you call me Briar Rabbit. I've had it with all the maggots that be reaching for my paper. I battle for any matter to get the perpetrator like an educator. I get the calculator, adding up the haters. They wanted me to make her, and like a gladiator, I get the alligator and have it ripping this action to get you back, you little traitor. Try to battle my wits to get on my brain. You try to rattle my hips to get on my chain. Cause they try to trick me just so they can get at my succotash. But that's some hoo-ha, doo-dah, balderdash. Yeah, go get our job. Go get it, yeah, stack it up, stack it up. Hey. Come on, let's get it.
And folks, if you want to submit music or you want to send everything in, you can email me at djx3c.ent@gmail.com. djx3c.ent@gmail.com. Make sure if you are submitting any music that it is clean and good for the radio. Okay? Clean and good for the radio. That's the main thing, okay? I appreciate it. Shout out to everybody that's checking this out, y'all. Shout out to the independent artist, man. Got some big things coming up. Make sure you stay tuned.
Can't use all my airline miles, cause that jank's expensive. It's almost offensive. First class, your only choice is a window or an aisle. I asked Baba Sauce for $10. He gave me nothing but a bunch of $2. He don't care that I'm penniless. Without cash, I'm gonna self-destruct. So how am I gonna make it till the end of the day? I need some chocolate down my gullet. Because last time I had some, it melted in my hands and the scissor cut off my mullet.
Yeah, go get our job. Go get it, go get it. Grab a package, stack it up now, stack it up now. Yeah, get rich.
Puesto a pensar y preguntar alguna vez a dónde voy, de dónde vengo. Brown dust covers the city with a pity that I can't stay here. Cause la patrulla trying to get me perdido. Not knowing pasado, still showing all the scars I've got on my trek to big money flowing. La voy a ver esos dólares, se quedan en manos de nuestros opresores. Corporate businessmen taking all the fame and the riches, while our madres are the ones cooking the food in the kitchen and taking care of the children. But guess what, I'm so livid. Voy a la marcha a protestar, pero wait.
More in the trap, y'all. Make sure that you are hitting that like button. Smash the like button. Make sure that you share, comment, subscribe. It's the Morning Trap, y'all. Get the alerts. You'll know whenever the Morning Trap is going down.
Algo de nada, toda la vida a luchar. ¿A dónde voy? ¿De dónde vengo? Mi identidad perdida, miro en el espejo, un reflejo de un niño. ¿Cuál es mi destino? Me siguen por el camino, mano en pecho y respiro. ¿A dónde voy? ¿De dónde vengo? Mi identidad perdida, miro en el espejo, un reflejo de un niño. ¿Cuál es mi destino? Me siguen por el camino, mano en pecho y respiro. ¿A dónde voy? ¿De dónde vengo? 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 Estamos en las manos de Dios. Viajes de dos en dos, evading races split up. No tracks left in the dust. What's up, Lady Liberty? You look beautiful to me. A book by your policy.
No.
I mean, I did
That's what I hear.
You're gonna stop invoking Outkast.
Right.
No, I feel like the baseline kind of sounds like the baseline sounds like kind of a little bit like a little Jazzy Faye inspired a little bit. Maybe that's what she's talking about. Because
no, that's not what I was talking about.
Well, then I don't know what the hell you're talking about then, because it don't sound like Outkast. I'm trying to help you.
No, like an Outkast, and I'm trying to remember which one it was in my head because it was playing in my head. But I'll figure it.
We'll check with the audience. Audience, is there anything about that last track that's? Well, it could be. Maybe I'm just not hearing it loud enough.
Southern
Playalistic. Maybe that's something fabulous.
Cadillac. That's what it sounds like. Southern Playalistic.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I am feeling that bass line. That is a Jazzy Faye kind of. Yeah, it's got a Atlanta soul in it.
Yes, we had to go multicultural on them. You know, we had a request for some Latinx hip hop. So I'm like, oh, I got a couple of that. I got a couple of songs.
Spanish.
East Point.
I like that.
Somebody gave East Point a shout out in the chat room. Shout out to East Point, Edgewood, Old National, College Park,
Fulton County in total.
But yeah, all of Fulton County.
I'm actually down the street from Headland and Delow. That's like, this is actually my stomp.
Stop giving people your information.
Yeah, don't tell
they
them
pull
what
up on the corner.
Oh, y'all ain't gonna ever find me.
Started something good.
What's that?
Well, me and my rode the martyr through the hood.
Oh, I missed that.
They're rapping.
Yeah, no, I got it now. Yeah.
I didn't get that, but I like
it. It took me a second to do the first part.
Shout out to Edgewood, Slutty Vegan. Y'all go get some food.
Oh, love that place.
I heard
I haven't had Slutty Vegan,
dude.
No, it's amazing, man. And I mean,
you haven't been
vegetarian.
slutified?
It's the most fattening vegetarian food on the planet, but that
It is so good.
Not by Slutty
If you
Vegan.
ever on Edgewood in Atlanta, y'all go by Slutty Vegan. Right? It's a free commercial because it's that good.
It's really good. It's really good.
Vegan, man.
All right, shoot. Well, when this vaccine
Love it.
is effective enough, and I get one, I'm like, but they're a pop-up truck. They're not a sit-down restaurant.
Ooh,
are
boy,
they?
you
Or are
so
they?
late. That's
No,
like
they're they've got I think two locations now. Yeah.
I haven't been out of the house
and they are
in a
on
year,
and they're on Grubhub too.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
if you
there you
want,
go. Oh, they
if you
said
don't
deliver.
wanna
Okay,
leave
I might
the
order
house,
some
You can
Grubhub.
order 'em.
All right, there we
So
go.
good for the soul. All right, so talking about what's good, let's talk about what's not good for Donald Trump. Lead lawyers leave Trump's impeachment defense team. Trump's second impeachment starts February 8th. Senators will or won't convict him on a charge of inciting insurrection at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. 5 attorneys who were set to represent Trump resigned over the weekend, leaving him for dead. On Sunday evening, Trump's office announced 2 new lawyers were taking over his defense. Bruce Castor and David Schoen will now lead the team, according to Trump's spokesperson, Jason Miller. Trump's lawyers had initially planned to center their strategy on the question of whether the proceedings were constitutional and on the definition of incitement, according to Washington Post. The original legal team left after Trump instead wanted them to make the case during the trial that he actually won the election. Oh, Lord.
This man really cannot handle losing. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rebecca.
He just can't. No, you're right. He just can't. So text messages show top Trump campaign fundraisers' key role planning the rally that precede the siege. Caroline Wren, deputy to Donald Trump Jr.'s girlfriend, Kimberly
Guilford or something like that.
Guilfoyle.
Girl, yeah, whatever.
It's okay. They don't get our names right. At Trump Victory, a joint presidential fundraising committee during the 2020 campaign, listed as a VIP advisor and a National Park Service permit for the January 6th rally at the Ellipse, but she was the main organizer. Wren gave instructions on what slogans to print on the banners that were distributed among other organizational orders. Wren was brought on board by Julie Jenkins Fancelli, the heiress to Publix supermarkets, who committed some $300,000 to fund the January 6th rally, the terrorist attack. And man, I love Publix. Now I got to look at them crazy. Yeah. Wren is listed along with 3 other people as one of the primary points of contact for the demonstration. Now, Trump's defense secretary disarmed D.C. National Guard before the Capitol riot. During congressional testimony, Capitol Police and D.C. National Guard's official acknowledged that by January 4th, they understood that, quote, the January 6th event. I hate saying the January 6th event. That's all through here. The terrorist attack would not be like any of the previous protests held in 2020. We knew the militia groups and white supremacist organizations would be attending. We also knew that some of these participants were intending to bring firearms and other weapons to the event. We knew that there was a strong potential for violence and that Congress was the target. On that same day, the acting defense secretary issued a memo placing some extremely unusual limits on National Guard forces for that event. Guards were instructed that they can't arrest any of the pro-Trump protesters or search them or even touch them. We'll stop right there because there's more to cover. But let's talk about all this information going on with Trump and the terrorist attack. What y'all got?
boycott Publix. And I don't care what kind of statement that they say about.
Go ahead.
She's not a board member of Publix or whatever. Listen,
right.
That trust fund. She's a trust fund kid of Publix. Publix has put money into her trust fund. She actively makes her and her family actively make residual money off of Publix. Every time you buy one of them lemon pepper chickens from Publix, she makes money off of it, right? So until they publicly kick her off the board and shut her money down, we can't rock with Publix because the heiress of Publix literally just made a decision that should affect their company, and that decision is creating an insurrection. Secondly, we have allowed, problematic white people in their imaginations have done so much damage to this country that is actually spreading on to other countries, and I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about that later on. But at this point, this was an imaginary problem. Don't forget that, America. This was an imaginary problem and a fake narrative that was created off of angst and a white person who is a problematic person not winning. This was all imaginary. This was all in their heads, and they turned it into a dangerous reality. I want to repeat that. Nothing about Trump winning the election in 2020 was real. Nothing. Because if it was real, then these same problems, they would have had the same kind of issues when Stacey Abrams lost in 2018. They would have had the same kind of issues when Gore lost the election in 2000, right? I want to just minimize this just put it in a package. White people, problematic white people, created a narrative that the election was stolen with no evidence and has caused more physical damage, more death, more time, more thought energy, right, than we have ever seen off of any election in the history of America, right? Just somebody's imaginary story. I want y'all to put that into play. So all it takes is Fox News, Roger Ailes, a couple of influential white people to say this is what happened, and now the whole country has to react to it like it was a real thing.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, folks. That's too much. That's either too much power, too much whiteness, or just like too much ignorance when it comes down to a certain demographic of people in America who refuse to look at anything factual unless it benefits their personal gain.
Period.
I like that.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to add to the
You're on mute,
conversation?
Mondale.
Oh.
Deplorable has a different meaning.
Yeah.
When Hillary Clinton said they're deplorable, there's still a segment of them that are deplorable. They were at the Capitol on the 6th. They were terrorists. And it also has a different meaning because, guess what? They're mostly military folk. So that means they've probably been deployed. They are deplorable. We just didn't know that our military was the deplorable ones that were like attacking us like this. I think we should really pay attention to that, because had one thing gone differently, what happened in Myanmar might have happened in America. So it's kind of scary to think about the overrepresentation of military folk and police officers in the ranks of folk who were terrorizing the Capitol. I mean, that looks like a picture from a Spielberg movie or something, or the guy who did, I don't know, whoever. But the problem is, here's my problem. I don't think it's an either or what Marcus said. I think it's all of them. It's too much power, too much whiteness, and too many ignorant white racist people in this country. Period. It's that Molotov cocktail that makes all of the problems we're dealing with culpable right now as it pertains to January 6th. But for white people not even giving win or air to this, because that a black person would have said any election was stolen, that would have just kept going like they didn't even hear that Negro. But the fact that you got so many white people saying it, you got to listen to it because white people are saying it. Just like Pizzagate. Black people would have said, black people been talking about the Illuminati forever, and our version of Illuminati never makes it to mainstream. These people have a version of Illuminati, i.e. somebody stolen an election where more than 130 million Americans participated. It becomes mainstream. It becomes mainstream. These people get interviewed on major news network with this BS and nobody calls them out about it. That is the tragedy. That is the tragedy of white supremacy.
Mondale, if I may add on, our Illuminati not only not makes it, but I'm not even gonna go that deep. Our Illuminati be real. Y'all put crack in the hoods. Oh, stop gaslighting yourself. Nobody put crack in the hoods. Guess what? They put crack in the hood.
Well, I mean, that's not. I don't even consider that Illuminati. I consider that Black history.
But society, like society, tried to make us believe during the '80s and the '90s that didn't happen.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
I mean, it don't.
Richard Nixon.
I think society tried to make white people believe it didn't happen. Black people know ain't no Negro they know owns a cocaine field or a poppy field. So you can't make
gun manufacturing property.
Or a plane to bring it over here. So Negroes niggas weren't confused about where it came from. White people, I tell people all the time, this is for white people. You can't fool black people about what is what.
Or, what black person gonna give $300,000 to some kind of insurrection, right? The heiress from Publix. Now, Marcus, you're right. You're absolutely right. We need to boycott Publix until there's no connection with that heiress because she incited and funded terrorism. Like, we track down people who fund terrorism in the quote unquote terrorism in the Middle East. We need to start tracking down people who fund terrorism in the United States. And we have one. They happen to be connected to Publix. Now, low key, I'm a little upset about this because those chicken tenders from Publix give me life. But if we got to sacrifice them chicken wings and them chicken tenders from Publix, y'all know it. Come on, don't front. Y'all know I ain't the only one.
How you feel about that, Bubba? Like, are we going to cancel Publix?
Whoa, Rebecca.
No, because I see his face. No, I see Bubba's face. That is not shots. I see Bubba's face. He was very disappointed just now. Okay, and I feel his pain because I know.
I love me some Publix deli. I'm just gonna be real.
Man, Robert Publix the deli all the time. Man, Bob wouldn't get one free.
Come on, somebody.
Come on, that's right. Now it's like I gotta stop.
Yeah,
it's like a piece of me has been ripped away.
Yeah,
but it's cool. I'm good.
I can't even go to Kroger. I can't go to Kroger either. Go ahead, James.
I can't go to Kroger either.
But
because Kroger been like busting unions and stuff.
But hold on. But don't act like Publix just became problematic. They sent a worker home for one of Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, they've been problematic.
Come on, man. We know.
They did.
They sent dude home for one of Black Lives Matter.
Let's play a game then, real quick, real simple game. Ain't nothing complicated. What's the one problematic company that you still patronize? I mean, at this point, it's going to be Publix.
What kind of game is this?
I mean, because come on, I think everybody on Amazon, everybody guilty. We all bought something from Amazon, and they problematic as well.
We're currently still buying from Amazon.
I want to give a shout out to my
Krispy Kremes
for stealing from Walmart every chance she got. Like that was so.
Shout out to your girlfriend, bro.
His ex. You got to put ex.
Your ex. I'm sorry.
Ex-girlfriend.
Your ex.
Yeah,
ex-girlfriend. That's an important detail. Chick-fil-A, because black folks, we still be sliding up into Chick-fil-A. Y'all know.
Chick-fil-A tried to make retribution for
what's wrong with Chick-fil-A?
No, Chick-fil-A was like anti-LGBTQIA at one point.
Well,
or something.
They stopped giving all their money. They stopped all the donations.
They changed their whole donation strategy.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't donate.
They don't donate to Salvation Army. They stopped donating to any anti-LGBT.
You've been eating that food, Ben.
No, now I can eat it and not feel guilty.
They changed their whole stance like 2019 going into 2020.
Okay. So we could forgive them now. We can eat Chick-fil-A,
Chase.
Wells Fargo, Bank of America.
Like all these. I mean,
Bank of America.
These banks by themselves owe black people reparations, and I know I always mention reparations, but before at the same time the federal government we asking the federal government for reparations. We need to be asking these banks for reparations. They have been just as much as a part of systematically oppressing black and brown folks than any. Matter of fact, recently more so than the American government, because like when there was opportunities for us to get financially free, those loans didn't come our directions. Y'all need to look up the percentage of loans that black folks got from Chase Manhattan Bank in comparison to white folks, man. It is, and I'm talking about business loans. It is a ridiculously unfair amount, and it had nothing to do with credit score. One of the most famous things that have happened, it was almost cliche, and I believe the panel will agree with me, is a white man goes into the bank and asks for a loan, and a black man goes into a bank and asks for a loan.
Facts.
It was almost cliche in our community.
Facts.
It was almost like you're not going to get that loan. I mean, and it was in movies for like all of the 90s, right?
Right. And it was true. It was true. That's another category. I'm sorry, James, I'll toss it to you. That's another category, Marcus, what you're talking about, where Mundell, like you said, they convinced white people that this wasn't true. Black folks, we know that's just Tuesday. Go ahead, James. I'm sorry.
Right. What are y'all thoughts on black-owned banks? Do any of y'all use them? I mean,
I used to use one in Jacksonville. I don't use it anymore, but I don't live there anymore either. That's all I'll say about that.
Right.
I don't bank with any of these.
Progressing.
I don't bank with any. There's tons of soluble black banks in this country. Some of the oldest banks that supported our communities are still around today. A ton of them. I don't bank with any bank that's problematic. I bank with Amalgamated Bank for my business because of their social justice. Now that might be a headache at times for me, but I can at least say that we're not supporting wars. We're only supporting progressive candidates and ideas, progressive political parties. So I don't do any. I
mean, you don't have to tell us which bank that is.
Amalgamated.
He already said it.
Oh, I didn't know that was the name. Oh,
yeah. I have a black bank account, and I don't expect much from it. I just put money in for savings and then let them just do their thing. Because if I start asking for too much, but yes, I do put my money into.
Because they do.
He said if he starts
asking for too much, I'll just put my money into it and just be like, y'all keep that over there. I'm not going to ask too many questions. I'm not going to ask too many questions.
What happens if you ask too many questions, Marcus?
Oh, man.
I always want something. Y'all want a hookup. I always want the hookup.
Like I'm in the McDonald's line. What you want?
Nah, I can't let you do that. There's very
at the bank that I bank at.
He said the bank that he banks with.
I keep my money into it, but I have had customer service issues. And I'm not saying every bank, right? Your bank might be different, but all I'm saying is I do bank with a black bank. I'm not going to say the bank they will keep getting my money. I just don't ask too many questions.
right.
Well, I'm looking for at least a good social justice bank.
I heard Credit One. I heard One Credit or Credit One was an amazing bank, though. Somebody told me that.
I know what you're talking about.
How do we get on? Oh, because of Publix.
Yeah,
we got a boycott. I was wondering how we got on banks, but bad banks, bad corporations, bad business practices. It's everywhere. It's going to be hard to not deal with those bad businesses. Go ahead, Rebecca. I'm sorry.
So, what would you guys substitute Publix with? Since if you're not already shopping there or getting your subs,
I don't shop at Publix
from there.
Because I can't. I mean, if I can't use Publix and I can't use Kroger, I don't know where I'm gonna get. We'll figure it out though.
7-9 in Atlanta. I go to the 7-9 the co-op.
Oh,
I live in a predominantly white area, so all on every corner it is Publix.
Whole Foods.
It is. Yeah, that's what it is.
Starbucks.
I'm gonna have to drive on down to Cobb County and go get my life.
Well, you need to talk to them about your internet connection too. Me too. Like I know I'm lagging too. So you and me both. Like which
bill is due.
I'm in Fulton County though. So
the bill is due.
Yeah. Well,
the bill is due.
The bill.
Do slow down
is
that
due.
bandwidth.
What else are we looking at? Where we at in the show? Because we'll sit here and talk all day. Where we at, Rebecca?
Okay, so we have it's endemic. From The Guardian, Republican groups led parties drift to extremism. In Arizona and Oregon, the state GOP rebuked opponents of Donald Trump's assault on democracy. The Hawaii GOP publicly defended followers of QAnon. Republican Representative Matt Gaetz of Florida railed against GOP Representative Liz Cheney, who voted against Trump at a stop in her home state of Wyoming. In Minnesota, Jennifer Carnahan, wow, these names. The state party chairwoman suggested that Mike Lindell, the MyPillow guy, should run for governor. In Kentucky, Republicans in Nelson County voted to censor Mitch McConnell. In Pennsylvania, Republican leaders said are all in for Trump's more than ever, the New York Times reported. In Arizona, In Arizona, the state GOP voted to censure Governor Doug Ducey, Republican, who certified for a vote.
Wait a minute. Let's intercede. On that. In the name of we bind that cough.
I rebuke it.
In the name of Jesus, Lord.
In Arizona, the state GOP voted to censure Governor Doug Ducey, a Republican, who certified for voting for Biden, as well as former Senator Jeff Flake and Cindy McCain. Let's roll that video.
More question about a member of Congress, a new Republican member of Congress, Trump loyalist Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's long embraced conspiracy theories like QAnon, voiced support for executing Nancy Pelosi. Does she Is she fit to serve, and should she be on the Education Committee?
Well, that's, first of all, the people of her district elected her, and that should mean a lot. They elected her, and she's going to run for re-election, and she'll be accountable for what she said and her actions. And then,
given her history, is she really fit to serve?
I'm not going to answer that question as to whether she's fit to serve because she believes in something that everybody else does not accept. I reject that, but she's going to stand for re-election. I don't think we ought to punish people from a disciplinary standpoint, a party standpoint, because they think something a little bit different.
So Sunday, Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson, who was on ABC, talked about Taylor Greene and said this: "I'm not going to answer that question to whether she's fit to serve," as we just saw. So, and thank you so much, Mondale, for getting me to get that name right, Asa Hutchinson. So what do we have to say about what's going on? Because there's so much.
They are never going to hold their people accountable.
Ever.
We just need to put that on the books. Republicans will never, under any circumstances, even if they try to overthrow America, the January 6th incident, right? The January 6th coup. Let's always remember what they did and the fact that they would never hold each other accountable. He was talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene, who went and got in the face of Cori Bush over the weekend without a mask on. Cori Bush, the representative from St. Louis, right? What's it? The 1st District of Missouri is Cori Bush's district. Congresswoman Cori Bush, sister, and Marjorie Taylor Greene, where her QAnon ignorance ran up in our sister's face without a mask. Let me tell you something. Never mind. I ain't gonna say nothing. Somebody else take it.
Go ahead.
Asa Hutchinson's an asshole. Before this comment, I mean, seriously, like the way he's letting Walmart take over public schools in Arkansas and all of the other shenanigans he's responsible for. Not to mention, I mean, look, racists are going to be racist. They're going to support racists. He thinks it's a little different. He thinks she says something that's a little different. Saying that Parkland didn't happen isn't real. That's not a little different. That is absolutely disgusting, and it should be grounds for somebody to at least say, this person shouldn't be running for office. You should not be in charge of education. You should not be on the education committee. There's no way you should have a role or say in what happens at public schools when you believe a public school shooting that everybody watched didn't happen. Mothers lost kids on that day. And she's a woman, and pretending that kid didn't die, every time that clip is replayed, it's an absolute attack on those mothers. So yeah, she should be kicked out of, she should be expelled from Congress and probably from this country. It's a good spot in the moon for her without a mask. Let her ass float away.
Let her go up there with those lasers she thinks are up there.
Right. That were paid for by rich Jewish people. That's what she said. Right. The California fires were started by lasers paid for by rich Jewish people. Jesus Christ.
Shoot her ass into the sun, man. I'm sorry. We got to time for her ignorance. Why white mediocre people? I'm sorry. Listen, I hate to be like this, but if y'all keep sending these, I don't want to be ableist, but y'all keep sending these deranged people from the Republican side who deny truth, who deny reality, who live in an alternate universe. It's not even a parallel universe. I would love if they were living in a parallel universe and we could talk about, all that kind of fun science. No, these people are living with us every single day. And they are pushing conspiracy theories of the highest order, and it led to the insurrection and the attempted coup to overthrow this country. And they don't want to hold them accountable.
Marjorie Taylor Greene is pure trash. And if y'all don't want to say it, I can. She's trash all across the board. Like
garbage.
She's trash. She's YT. Look, she's trash. I really watch and see how she, how she's been moving, and especially to come against Cori Bush in a time like this. Like, first of all, if it was in the streets, I already know Cori Bush. It wouldn't even be a conversation. But in these environments where she doesn't even feel safe with this woman who has all these conspiracy theories. It looks
Carries
like
a gun.
is really out, yo. This is crazy. But who carries a gun into the White House, doesn't want to walk through the metal detectors, and is threatening this woman. Like, that's a huge problem. And the fact that nobody's really pressed about what's going on, and they still have this woman just walking around there for free. That it's all an issue, but it lets us know where white supremacy is showing itself again and again and again. I'm tired. I'm tired of this heifer. I'm tired of her.
It's a mess. It's a mess.
I just want to ask,
damn
man, Rome, Georgia, Rome. What's good, Rome? Like,
What up, Rome?
To my black folks who are not even black folks, because it's a majority white district. To my freedom loving, healthcare liking, good people who actually care about society. What's good, fam? Y'all don't vote in the 14th district over there? Like,
Right, dude.
you know what I mean? Listen, check this out. Y'all know y'all making y'all whole district look ridiculous, right? By electing her. Y'all elected QAnon. Y'all didn't even elect like a Republican that's effective. Y'all elected a Republican that's a psychopath, right? And so what's good, Rome? You know what I mean? What's good on the 14th district? Stand up. Like old school Republicans stand up, right? I know y'all done switched over to like just believe in all that extra stuff, but like, Democratic Party of the 14th district, man, step up. This is your chance right now, right? Like, you know how you counteract that crazy? You run a progressive, right? Like, that's what you do. Like the 14th district Democrats, whoever y'all are, whoever runs that district as a Democratic Party, I know the numbers ain't in y'all favor. I know it's gerrymandered, right? Y'all even gerrymandered black areas out of northwestern Georgia, right? But that's fine, because there's enough Democrats that if y'all get like somewhere around 80 to 90% turnout, y'all can still win that district, man. So, like, what's good, fam? 14th district, stand up.
Is Rome, Georgia, the district that sister, I follow her on Twitter and I can't think of her name, but she's like the councilwoman, a young black woman, Black Lives Matter. And she did her oath of office with her Black Power fist. I can't think of her name, but I'll think of her name and I'll mention it, because if she's from Rome, Georgia, I'm thinking we're gonna have to find people. We're gonna have to help.
She's
people
not. You're talking Maria. You're talking about Maria. She's from. She lives in Athens.
Athens.
Yeah,
Rome.
that's the opposite.
What's up with these Greek names?
You went west. You went east when you should have gone west. We talking about Dallas. I'm gonna go ahead and go Dallas, Cheddartown, Tallapalooza, Cave Spring, Rome, Somerville, Calhoun, like Dalton, Georgia. I know there's a bunch of white folks up there, man, but there's some Democrats up there. Y'all got to stand up, man.
Yeah,
y'all got to stand up, because I mean,
Margie
she's not
gonna
gonna get kicked out of Congress. She's a white woman. That's not gonna happen.
Right.
Yeah, she's not gonna get kicked out of Congress.
Nobody said anything.
So y'all might as well stop. Let's just stop playing games, man. White people don't get punished. The only way we punish them is at the ballots. At the voting booth, man. That's the only way we punish these people. So, like, what's good? Y'all want to beat these people? Y'all want to beat racists? Then y'all gotta. The Democratic Party has to run favorable campaigns that actually people. Because if you're in a district like that right there, ain't no moderates. When you have that far left, that far right, crazies getting elected, that means you have to run that far left to get more of the people who understand. Okay, you know what? We need Medicare for all in this district right now. Right, we are a farming district, right? We're lacking in tourism because all the cabins and stuff up here aren't getting full because COVID-19. That means that we need to have COVID restrictions. These people don't even realize that they're fighting against themselves for their own tourist dollars, right? If there's more COVID, it's not because y'all don't your district doesn't get rid of masks because there's more COVID. You put masks on so there's less COVID, and you can keep your tourism up there in the mountains open.
Right.
Come on, 14th district. What y'all doing?
Letting white people, mediocre, conservative, racist white people destroy their district and this country.
Yeah.
Period. Sorry, Rebecca.
No, you said it. I mean, I'm about tired of these white folks. Because that's me every day. The white folks. Because it's no, it's
a lot.
It is a lot, and it is February, and I am going to continue to just really get in they ass about all the stuff that they're doing, because it's simple. Like, I don't understand how this Marjorie Taylor Greene of a person is really out here doing what she's doing and not really being reprimanded for anything. Nothing. Yeah. There should be no reason that Cori Bush feels the way she feels inside this office. And I know that she's carrying herself in a way where, you know what, this is my job. I'm in my workplace. I should feel safe. Right. I don't understand why she's having to move her office away from this psychopath white woman. Why is she attacking Cori Bush? Now, if this was on the streets, if this was Cori before she took that seat, baby, I already know, it would be a different story. But because this is my job, I should feel safe here. I have a job to get done. There is no reason why this woman.
What would the pre-Congressman Cori Bush do to
drag her ass?
I'm telling you, somebody run up to me. If you run up to me in the streets, and I could fight to protect my family, but I ain't a fighter. But you run up into my face without a mask on, like Marjorie Taylor Greene did Cori Bush, and we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see who's gonna win. That's all.
We gonna see. Definitely, we gonna see, baby. Look, like Marjorie has not walked up to the right and the wrong one just yet. Yeah, you see, she's just pulling up on these vulnerable white kids and these groups of people, and then she goes into office because she wants Cori Bush to definitely go there. She definitely wants her to go there in these environments, so that
because then they're gonna label. Then they'll label Cori as an angry black woman.
Yes.
When Cori had to protect herself from a mediocre white woman. I'm sorry.
No,
Cori really don't care about. I'm assuming this sister don't really care about being labeled an angry black woman.
Right.
I mean, she came in as an angry black woman. She won as an angry black woman.
Just existing.
I think white people think that's a knock at the black, a knock on black people. But that's actually, for me, that's a code of honor or a badge of honor for black people to be angry at America. We have every right to be angry at America. We live in America at the expense of our own lives sometimes. Actually, Cori requested to have a new office. She didn't want to be near Marjorie. It wasn't like they moved her because she didn't want to move. That's unprecedented for a Congress member to go to the Speaker of the House and request to be moved. Like that is a slap in the face to the member that is staying there. So Marjorie is being smacked when someone requests to be moved from you, and the Speaker sees need to move a Congress member from you. That is actually a smack in her face. What happened? The incident happened in the tunnel. Marjorie and Cori was behind Marjorie walking, and she told Marjorie to put on a mask. And so this is how the incident happened. She was screaming, "Put the mask on," because she was walking. It is against the rules of the House not to have your mask on. Every member, every person in the House is supposed to wear a mask. So Cori was worried about her staff members and anybody else in that narrow tunnel for breathing that nasty Marjorie air. You know, that Trump field air. Like
Marjorie thinks she's above it all.
And this is how it happens.
Stanky ass, so COVID ass, smelling breath.
Right. It's super tragic that we are at this point where a conspiracy theorist represents an entire district in Georgia. But what I will say, things are changing. And we know this because the most popular politician in Georgia is a black man. Raphael Warnock is at 54% popularity, and that's higher than any. That's higher than the governor. That's higher than the president. Yeah. Both of them, Trump and Joe Biden. That's higher than what's the empty suit name? The boy that went to the Senate with Raphael.
Ossoff. John Ossoff.
Yeah, it's higher than him. So.
He's an empty suit. He's a good dude. But he's not a.
So empty suit is a political term for a person who has nothing to say, who has no ideas. He's an empty suit.
Gotcha.
Or against every
Look,
idea.
we're looking like, what is? Go.
It's true. Sorry, audience. If you like John Ossoff, we ain't gonna ever not tell the truth. He an empty suit. Go ahead, Mondale. Sorry.
Dude's been nobody's gonna argue that point. I hope.
Yes,
somebody.
Yes.
No, I didn't know what that meant. I was like, what is empty suit? He's not feeling.
If I may, Mondale, of course they're gonna argue that point because we still have people who watch the Morning Trap and watched politics. Who any Democrat that gets elected has to be good. right?
Yeah.
And dog, if you think that people don't watch this show and say, okay, well, we're black, we're supposed to just agree with the Democrats, and even if they don't say anything, right? You visually look at the Morning Trap and you look at the setup that our team has beautifully created, and you see all these black faces. Folks are going to automatically say they like Ossoff.
It's really like that. It's simple. It's just as simple as being black, and they just attach you with being Democrat, and they just say, they like Ossoff. It's black, and they don't have.
Like you said, Marcus. I'm sorry.
We're small-minded to them. Like that's it.
Like you said,
we can't hold people accountable. We can't remember things that happened to us politically that were tragic. We can't remember when somebody had a non-statement or actually dismissed one of our primary tenets. You know what? Marcus Farrell believes in defunding the police, right? So if you get on a television show and say, I don't believe in defunding the police, then guess what? Me and you don't agree.
Period.
That's simple.
That part. Is that where I can use it, Ben? That part?
You can use it wherever you want to. That part. That part.
Hey, that part.
That part.
But with that being said, we have so much more. Speaking of defunding the police, after this break, we're definitely going to come back in and talk about a lot of police disrespect.
Policing.
So get ready for that, because I know that it's going to be a little heavy, especially with the content that we see, but I think it definitely should be reported.
I'm gonna go get some tea.
So yeah,
Get
let's go get our minds and bodies and souls together before this, Bubba. It's all you.
The Morning Trap, y'all. Will be right back.
Got props non-stop and mad love for you. Rising up like the moon, elevating the mood, uplifting attitudes, cause that's what we choose to do. And I don't know about you, but there's enough negativity going around with plenty room to improve. Yeah, sometimes we
shout out to everybody that's showing love in the chat room. We greatly appreciate the love, y'all. Shout out to Reverend Paul, Reverend Donna. Appreciate you so much, Reverend Donna. Shout out to everybody else that's checking in, showing love. Really appreciate y'all. Hope y'all are enjoying the show this morning. We have a few more things coming up that we're going to cover before we get out of here for the morning.
Got props non-stop and mad love for you. Now roll back time, tell me what you find. You're gonna see the same sucker MCs on the sidelines. In the fourth quarter when it's do or die time. That's when this crew is inclined to go prime time. From day one straight till it's done. But you all know full well that we only just begun. We stick together, one for all for one. When it gets heavy, no we don't cut it wrong. Crazy thinking about the places that we've been. Now I can tell you stories.
Make sure that you hit the like button, share, comment, and subscribe so you always know when the Morning Trap is going down, y'all.
So please allow me to introduce to you my one and only homies, yo, I love this crew. So please allow me to introduce to you my one and only homies, yo, I love this crew. Big up to this crew. Yeah, we like to keep it positive, you know how we do. Big up to this crew. From day
Good morning, my Tati.
Me and you. Big up to this crew. Yeah, we like to keep it positive, you know how we do. Big up to this crew. Got props non-stop and mad love for you. Can't do it like that. Can't do it like that, baby. Can't do it like that. Can't do it like that, baby. Yo, I was looking for a girl that was looking for me, and then I saw her and I asked her if she wanted some tea. But I'll be honest, I also wanted more than just drinks. Maybe a couple baby crumpets and a trip to my beach house. Grab the chrome and take her home, and then we cap the dome, but take it slow, cause I be liking every stroke of this brush we painting on the picture, until she busted out the book and started giving scripture. I don't really mean to take all your business. Can't do it like that, baby. Can't do it like that. Can't do it like that, baby. Yeah. And now I'm looking at
respect you like you were my closest cousin. And I really can't picture trying to be your husband. I got a jet, try to catch a
shout out to everybody that is checking in the chat room. We'll see y'all. Gary T. For real. Richard, I see y'all. Shout out to everybody checking in, dropping comments. Make sure that you hit that like button. Hit the like button. Hit that like button. Oh, and if you feel so inclined to tip your DJ, you can at DJ X3C at Venmo and Cash App. And that's DJ X3C on Venmo and Cash App. And DJ Exclusive on PayPal. Shout out to my niece Tajay.
Wave. I'm in it for keepsake.
Like I got the whole family in the building. Y'all. Shout out to the Williams Wrights. Williams Wrights and Boykins family. Love y'all. Forgot my own family name.
I'm the 2010 young LeBron James off the backboard, type of bad boy. Hold it down for the task force. If I run his fate, then you ask for it. Cross need to laugh more. I keep it 100 on dashboard. The live show needed passport, cause the beat bounced to the cap torn. Feel like I live it, fast forward, but I asked for it. Misfit, got a quick lit on a crash course from the tattered garment to the tabloid. Fuck how I live it into existence. Might be ahead of myself, but the bank account did top up a couple figures. But like nobody could with us. I'm a flight risk. I play among the stars in the Hollywood Hill, the space station couldn't even get in touch with me. Praise faith that I stuck with it. Wave. No, I really can't complain. Everything is straight. I've been on a wave, but everything I say turn into the real thing. I tell her run it up, cause you know it ain't a thing. We made it out the slums with the words on the page. Everything is straight. I've been on a wave, but everything I'm saying turn into the real thing. I've been living like I'm famous. Like I don't show my face as I'm jumping on the stage. Like I'm living in a daydream. Lost in imagination. She only want me when she fake. She quick to tell me I'm her favorite. She ain't told no lie, she love it when I catch my cadence. She gone off the deep end, pull up every weekend. I hate to let her down, but I'm in a fast life, sorry, never slowing me down. Heart rate jumping, I can no sleep out. How you switch up, you always held me down. Wonder why I turn into a cold of me now.
Good morning, Mama Bina. I see you. Good morning, everybody that's out there in the chat room checking in. On the quick break, and we shall be right back, y'all.
No, I really can't complain. Everything is straight. I've been on the wave, but everything I say turn into the real thing. Tell them run it up, now you know it ain't a thing. We made it out the slums with the words on the page. Everything is straight. I've been on the wave, but everything I'm saying.
Get up, stretch my legs. Eat some breakfast, milk and eggs. Brush my teeth up, wash my face. Start my day. Wake up, get up, stretch my legs. Eat some breakfast, milk and eggs. Brush my teeth up, wash my face. Throw my clothes on, start my day. Wake up, I can smell the smoke from the bacon. Let's go, see the sun shining from the windows. Okay, I know that today'll be a good day. Okay, I know that today'll be a good day. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Drink some water, brush my teeth. Get out of bed and I stretch. Bed in my hair is a mess.
Yo, my nephew Tavares is in the building. Shout out, Vars.
Feel like a kid when I'm TikToking. I still keep it real as it is. I show my age, I don't switch often. I'm just as a dad as it gets. Try taking naps with my kids talking. I'm guessing this life how it is. And I can't wait for the weekend. Keep jammies on like I'm a kid.
Okay.
Get up, stretch my legs. Eat some breakfast, milk and eggs. Brush my teeth up, wash my face. Throw my clothes on, start my day. Wake up, I can smell the smoke from the bacon.
So, welcome back to the Morning Trap. You want us to keep dancing, Bubba? Because look, you got my one leg over here.
Stinging leg.
Under the table going.
Morning, y'all.
Look, good morning. It is morning. Look, we have hit the 10 o'clock hour, 10:05, and we have more news. We're going to talk about Myanmar. On Monday, Myanmar's military staged a successful coup, detaining state councilor Aung San Suu Kyi. I hope I said that correctly. And other state ministers in the capital. In a television address, the Myanmar military announced a national state of emergency. That the armed forces commander-in-chief took power. In January, the International Court of Justice ordered Myanmar to prevent acts of genocide against the country's persecuted minority and to stop destroying evidence. The case was brought by West African nation of Gambia. Let's talk about it. I know you guys were very passionate about it on the break.
Listen, this is not a small deal, but it's par for the course. This military junta and Aung San Suu Kyi have been going back and forth since forever. I mean, when she rose to power, first of all, her father is the face of modern day democratic Myanmar, which was Burma, when she was born in Pang. So, but here's the thing. This is a person who spent 15 years in prison because of the same military fake union. It's called the National Union and Protection Party or something stupid like that. She defeated them in 4 elections. Her party did in 4 straight elections, and they just said no, we won't accept it. After a while, she was locked up in the 15 years. Her party continued to win elections, but the military junta would not just turn over the elections. Finally, the outcry from outside of the country was so loud in 2016 when she was supposed to be president, but they wouldn't let her be president because in the constitution of that country it says if your spouse is foreign and your kids are foreign, you can't be president. So they created a new position called state chancellor, which the military criticized her for. They went on to win more seats in the following election, and the military finally just said, screw it, we're going to take the government back again. So this national, what is it called? State of emergency that's going to last for a year is basically to prevent people from protesting. And when they do protest, it gives them a reason to lock up more members of their party. This is not the first time this sister spent 15 years of her life in prison. And actually in 1991, she won a Nobel Peace Prize for that time in her fight to bring democracy to this country. So, I think it's tragic. While there were some problems with the military under her leadership while she was the state counselor, that's just the military trying to shame her and also, make her rule, her time as government look bad. And they were absolutely doing ethnic genocide in that country. So it is a lot of stuff going on. We would have more grounded and more stuff to say about what happened in we being the United States. In Myanmar, had we not just dealt with the same thing, it just failed over here. But we had a military junta basically trying to take over. It wasn't our armed military, but it was definitely veterans and active duty personnel represented in that squadron of folk that try to tear down our government. So it is absolutely tragic. We knew it was going to happen when we saw, if you're watching what was going on over the weekend, people started to complain. Some of the most popular people on Twitter and the internet from Myanmar, we saw them starting to lose their profiles. They said the internet was going down, state-run TV went down, and then we saw the military TV, they have a military sponsored TV over there, go up with a message saying that they had to take over the government because the election was fraudulent. Donald Trump words.
I mean, this is Trumpism spreading. And what I think about is, so Myanmar, their first non-military president in their democracy happened in 2016. Oh, wow. Their first non-military president was in 2016, and he was like Mondale said, he was from the National League for Democracy, right? And then they just voted in the woman that they just kidnapped. You know, my issue is this right here: how we are global leaders in spreading effery at times.
Facts.
And we should be willing to be able to spread democracy. But what happens here gives other countries leeway to say, see, they did it. We created those talking points. That has a military coup happening. That's how dangerous Donald Trump is. Wait a minute. The Americans said that the election was rigged. And by the way, there is no substantial evidence in Myanmar, and there's no substantial evidence in America that any election was rigged. But that is the excuse that they have used to virtually take over the government. So if this is not proof of how dangerous what happened on the 6th is, then there's no better proof than that. We have more of a competent military that's tied a little bit more into democracy than, obviously, like the military basically was his own party in Myanmar. In comparison to America, which, you know, the military is sort of an independent thing. But we were just a couple of stone throws away from that happening in America, and imagine where we would be right now, right? So, you know, I don't want what we deport. I don't want what we trade. I don't want our foreign relations. I don't want what our outgoing face is to be anti-democratic. And that's what we were. If you watch what happened in Myanmar and you look at what happened in America, we are exporting fascism. That's what Trump allowed.
Yeah.
Trump has allowed America for the first time to not export the NBA or American values or, you know, iPhones. We exported fascism, and the whole world was watching. And Myanmar just said, yo, listen, we could do it, but we're going to do it better, right? So, you know, we got to be careful allowing our narratives because the world is watching us. If you don't believe it, just look at what happened over there.
But this is deeper than Trump. Like, so Trump is definitely toxic, and his possibilities or what's possible in this 2021 climate is definitely made more possible or more solvable because of Trump's like position about elections. But this has been their thing going back to the 80s, like since the 70s. Like literally when Britain left Myanmar, they left it basically for strongmen, like white countries always do when they leave colonized spaces. They leave it so strongmen and military take over. If you look at what happens in West Africa or what happened in Africa, when French colonies, when Charles de Gaulle and his military pulled out, it left this space for people with a lot of power to exact power and exploit people. So that's what happened in Myanmar as well. When Britain left, the military took over because it's usually the only structure that's left. And it's unfortunate because those are not diplomats. Those are people trained to kill, unfortunately. And that's what happened there. So, I mean, like, they've been stealing elections since forever. They tried to steal the 16th election where Tin Yao and Aung San Suu Kyi were actually, you know, their party, the NLD, won. But the problem is, this is what Hitler did, the same thing. I don't know if you remember, you guys, we weren't living, but history told us that W. Du Bois was living in Germany when Nazism began and they started rounding up Jews. And he said, writing it one time, that Hitler, of course he knew Hitler was spying on him, but he also said Hitler was using a lot of the language from America's South against the Jewish people in Germany, saying, at least we don't treat the Jews like America treats her black people. So what I'm saying, Marcus, is I hear exactly what you're saying about that connectivity and America being the world's leader in effery, especially as an exported cash crop. So I hear you on that, brother, for sure.
It's a lot to unpack there. Yeah, but then we can definitely move on to this next story. It's going to be a little heavy as well. So I want to just say viewer discretion is advised. I know that we are triggered a lot when we discuss police brutality. So just, well, we have to cover it. So starting out, a West Georgia police chief has resigned and an officer has resigned after body camera video shows them making racist comments ahead of a Black Lives Matter protest last year. The video shows Almond and Brooks having a conversation in front of the police department. One smoking a cigarette. It appears they are unaware that the officer's body camera was recording. Both men can be heard using the N-word throughout the conversation, and the police chief talked about with whom he would rather have sex with, Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms or voting rights activist Stacey Abrams, saying, quote, for the most part, it seems like to me like they furnished them a house to live in. They furnished them clothes to put on their back. They furnished them food to put on their table. And all they had to do was effing work. And now we give them all those things and don't have to effing work. Allman resigned on Monday. WTVM said Brooks was instructed to turn in his gear by Wednesday. He didn't do that, according to Iddens, so Brooks was terminated. The Rochester Police Department released camera footage, and this is another story. The Rochester Police Department, because police ain't nothing. The police department released body camera footage on Sunday night of an officer using an irritant on a 9-year-old girl.
Jesus.
During a family trouble call on Friday afternoon. Officers say they were approached by a custodial parent of a minor to inform the officer. And let me make it clear, the irritant was, I think, pepper spray. So officers say that they were approached by a custodial parent of a minor to inform the officer that her child was going to cause self-harm to herself and others. For the minor's safety and at the request of the parent, the minor was put in handcuffs and put in the back seat of a patrol car. The minor was detained. Police say she refused to listen to multiple commands by officers to put her feet inside of the patrol car. When the minor wouldn't comply, the officer pepper sprayed a 9-year-old baby girl. Rochester's police chief Cynthia Harriet Sullivan spoke at the press conference and did not defend the actions of the incident, saying, I'm not going to stand here and tell you it's okay for a 9-year-old to be pepper sprayed. She said, it's not. So, there's so much going on with this. I want to stop right here before we move forward. The reason why we decided not to play the video, because in the video you can see her calling out for her parent while she's being pepper sprayed. It's like I couldn't watch it, so I wanted to make sure that we're not triggered on that. But just seeing it and hearing it, this little girl, when the police officers, first of all, I don't know why they came to de-escalate the moment, because we already know how they are. But this baby girl literally was treated as if she was like she committed a crime. She committed a crime. And it really upset me. It really upset me.
You can't subdue a damn 9-year-old, bruh. Big ass can't subdue a 9-year-old. Well, I understand the parents say put you in handcuffs. I understand that. But you can't get control of a 9-year-old, dude?
I don't understand it.
Well, here's my question.
Be honest with you.
We don't have to get control of her. Why not do a Dylan Roof and take her to Burger King?
Facts.
We treat white murderers with more respect than we treat 9-year-old little girls who are obviously traumatized by a big, huge white man putting them in the back of a police car. That is traumatizing immediately. So I need America. I need everybody, Trap Squad, Squirrel Gang. I need everybody who's watching this show right now, throw some acorns up for truth and justice, right? And I need y'all to literally look at the difference in how we get treated, black folks get treated, versus how white murderers get treated, right? Listen, they gave a special diet to Mr. Hornman, MAGA Hornman in the Capitol, who doesn't eat nothing but organic food, and then they pepper spray a 9-year-old girl for not wanting to get in the back of a police car. You know how easy it is to detain a 9-year-old girl. But matter of fact, more so, you know how easy it is to coax a 9-year-old girl into the back of a police car if you were an official? You just basically say, listen, it's all good. right? Why put her in handcuffs in general? She can't get out. But that's because they look at us like beasts. White folks look at 9-year-old, white police officers look at 9-year-old girls like beasts, like wildlings, like we're gonna flip over a car. If you watch the video, their tone was like, well, fine. We'll just pepper spray her. Like pepper spray is not on a 9-year-old is not a almost lethal, dangerous agent.
9-year-old.
And what's crazy to me is that she, they called to inform the officer that the child was going to cause self-harm. So she was already dealing with something. So for these officers to come and add on trauma on top of that, this is why they aren't trained to talk to kids that are probably dealing with something mentally or anything like that. And clearly they aren't, because the first thing, especially kids of color, especially Black kids. So it's like he didn't even think, wow, this child is going through something traumatic. Let me try to talk to the child. Let me try to, like you said, take the kid out to get to eat, place this child in a different environment, see what's going on. They're not really taught to de-escalate. Maybe one class with about something, but they really are. When you see somebody Black, shoot. When you see somebody Black, attack. When you see somebody Black, disrespect. When you see someone that's how I feel. And this little girl needed help. She needed help, not to be abused, not to be attacked, not to be belittled. She needed help, and that's what bothers me the most, because she was calling out for her parent, and I just hated that part. She was calling out for her parent, but this police had all the power. And
well, I can't speak about what goes on in people's households because I'm not in their household. So clearly they felt they had a need to call the police. But let me tell you something. I'm not going to have the need to call pigs to my house for anything. We can call an ambulance. We can call some mental health counselors. We can call an exorcist. We can call Jesus. But I ain't calling I'm not calling cops to my house, because if I ever hear my daughter crying for my name, the way that little girl cried for her daddy, I'm going to jail. In Jesus' name,
Amen.
The Holy Ghost and everything. We all just going to be me, Jesus, and the Holy Ghost going to be sitting in jail together.
No, seriously.
Rebecca, if I may, and to the video before that, here's my thing. It's not just white cops that talk like that. It's it's Republican politicians. It's the ethos of negativity. Right. If you notice something, those cops got in trouble for talking about politics.
Yeah.
Right. That was a political conversation they were having. They were talking about Abrams. They were talking about Keisha Lance Bottoms. They were talking about that was a political conversation they were having. They weren't talking about street thugs. They weren't talking about the normal lives. No, they were talking politics. So and you see who they vote for. Right. Yeah. So let's not ever get this confused. Right. They just got caught on camera.
Right.
For every win we get, for every win Black folks get, there is a white anti-win where they get more and more angry and they feel oppressed just because they can't oppress us anymore. Right. So let's not confuse this. And I also want to add this on to it, and I'll be done, man. I don't want to be bipartisan with those guys.
Come on.
Talk
about it.
Well, I don't want to work with those guys. I don't want my elected official. I don't want John Ossoff. I don't want Joe Biden. I don't want Raphael Warnock. I don't want my Congresswoman Williams. I don't want them working with Republicans. I don't. Why? What's the point of us getting the majority in both houses if y'all going to work with Republicans? That's not the reason why we elected you. And I don't want to work with people who call Stacey Abrams and Keisha Lance Bottoms N-words. I don't want to work with them. Why do we always have to back down in our policy proposals? And why do we always have to come to their level? Their level is racism. That's their baseline.
Because it looks better. It is their baseline.
It looks better to who, Rebecca?
That's what I'm saying. To the people, though, to white folks, to them, coming down and speaking bipartisan, seeing those kind of things. That's what looks better. And what the thing that I caught here was really because they were sexualizing these women.
Yeah.
And white people tend to do that when it comes to Black women. I know when I first started working and doing this, particularly in politics and stepping into the political world, a lot of people, white men, were sexualizing me. They were saying a lot of negative things, like, okay, here go this Black girl on here, this nigger. And, I said that so that we can be clear. When white folks say it, this is what they're saying.
Right.
This girl with this, with these claws and this, when I wear my weave or my regular hair, that's not her hair, but I would have sex with her. I would rape her and kill the babies. This is what they're saying, right? And they're sexualizing these women in power, these officers who they would rather have sex with. This is how they think of Black women. This is how they view Black women. And this is what I'm saying. Like, these officers, we need to, like, these are the people that are out here to serve and protect. Remember that. Who are pepper spraying 9-year-olds, always over sexualizing Black women. These are people that have been known to rape Black women. And these are the people sent to protect and serve us. Let's keep that in mind. So defund the police. That's the thing.
Keep in mind who we unleashed in our neighborhoods. Not we unleashed, who they unleashed in our neighborhoods. But I digress. All right. Yeah. How we pull ourselves out of this one? Do we just play some music and call it a day?
Right. So let's talk about the aliens real quick.
Now, here you go with the aliens.
Talk about who, Marcus?
Wait, before we move on, somebody just sent me a message and said to remove the emotions out of this. Now, I want to say this. When there's no removing the emotions.
Who they thought this was?
There's no removing the emotions out of something that we see and experience every day. When we speak about the officers, this is the majority of the officers, and this is the reality of Black people when it comes to officers. I don't understand why you're looking for something to be marginalized or whatever. No, this is what's happening. And that's why the reason why we are so emotional about it, why we are so passionate, or like Mondale says, why we are so angry about it, because, this is what happens. If this person who texts me were to step outside right now, like chances are a white will not respect you, period.
Right.
The idea that this is supposed to be an emotional conversation is the trickery of white supremacy. So we're just talking about policy. We're not talking about people that we know are dying. The idea that we're not supposed to be saddened that we just watched a 9-year-old with 2 grown men grab her on the ground and then cuff her and put pepper spray in her face. That is an agent of terror. Chemical warfare on a 9-year-old, and we're not supposed to be emotional. Right. We watched 2 police officers in Georgia talk about slavery was better for us than now. Because when they were talking about we gave them clothes and food, they were talking about slave masters. Presumably their ancestors did more for us than we are now. That is the conversation. We gave them food, clothing, and housing, and now they don't do nothing and they get all of it. That is a conversation about slavery and now. This is the problem with America. This is supposed to be an emotionless conversation when we are still seen as 3/5. And if you don't believe me, it's not just active in his cop's mind at the back of his cigarette. It is active in our policies. Unemployment rate shows it. Healthcare shows it. All of it shows it. Our lived experience. Don't tell someone not to be emotional about this because you're otherizing our feelings as it pertains to Black life.
Right.
You're telling me not to be bothered about what is bothering. You're asking me to pretend that justice is a real idea for Black people in this country. When I'm having probably a psychotic episode and cops come and heighten that episode by grabbing me by my wrist and spraying me. When you can talk about the mayor of one of the largest cities in this country, not about her policies, but the shape of her ass. And you're telling me not to be bothered, not to be emotional. How? When I say there's no 2 systems in this country, there's one justice system, and it's for white people. The other one is another way to kill and enslave Black people. These 2 clips just showed it. It's not okay. And also to those cops, that was not a 9-year-old girl. That was a nigger child who deserved no human treatment, and we saw it.
Yep. I agree.
Listen, I think they got the wrong show. Rebecca, Ben, Mondale.
No, I believe so too.
I'm saying like this right here. Like, and if you expect me to take my emotions out of seeing something like that, we got the wrong show.
It is the wrong show.
You know, it's crazy.
You watching the wrong show. Go watch MSNBC and get some emotionless take. Go watch that.
Facts. Go watch C-SPAN. Go watch C-SPAN.
And no,
this is
right.
emotionless. I think you guys should understand something. This was 100%, well, 90% emotionless. Every single person on this screen right now is containing a level of rage that could burn this country to the ground. You keep messing with our children. Okay? Now, if you want nice and peaceable, go to C-SPAN. If you want the real, we're going to keep it real with you. We are being as nice as we humanly can right now because y'all been killing us for so long, and we're going to lighten the load because my favorite history, my moment in Black history is when Tupac Shakur popped 2 cops in their asses harassing and assaulting homeless people. That's my moment in Black history. Let's start Black history the right way. That's all I got. I'm going to stop.
That's a moment. I mean, that's a moment.
It's a moment. Yeah. Listen, this is a good place as any. Sometimes
I think we should be reminded, and I don't want to talk about a moment per se about Black history. I just want to teach people, or just not teach people. I'm sorry, I'm not a professor, but let people know that Black history was never for Black adults. It was for kids. When it was in this form, Black history was supposed to be about giving kids something that they weren't getting at school for this period of time. It started out as a week, then became a month. And because black adults were supposed to be doing the learning of Black history year round, right? So this is for kids, and let me extend that, and white people. Black history is for you to learn something about yourself as it pertains to your Black brethren in this country and how you wrong you being the system and are wronging Black people. So take these next 28 days or so, and do something dig deeper than Malcolm X or Martin Luther King.
That's right.
Do something that's going to hurt your feelings. Learn something about your cousins that came before you, your granddaddy that came before you, and all of his trauma he's inflicted on my people in a real way. Don't go looking for no national figure. Dig in your family history and see how sickening it is and what role y'all played in the hurting and the continued oppression of Black people. Do that. And let's be better.
If we have a moment in Black history, I just want to really quickly go way back to 2015 when y'all told Colin Kaepernick that he was wrong and he was disrespecting the flag, and then all of a sudden they disrespected the flag in the Capitol. That is my Black history moment for today.
Yeah. Yep. Anybody else?
No.
Can we celebrate the Haitian Revolution during Black History Month?
Yes, you definitely can, because that is Black history all the way.
Because I'm telling y'all.
It is literally like the blueprint for rebellion and revolution. And I'm talking, listen, don't get me started because I will go all the way in. And I am 100% proud to be a part of a culture, nation of people who literally fought for their freedom and didn't waver because of them. I am. Because of them, we are, and I am, that's a very, very, very moment, I think, in history that isn't talked about enough. I didn't learn that I didn't learn about my country and the revolution to the extent that I know about it from my parents. I knew about it first from them, and when I got to school, I didn't learn about it in school like I was supposed to. But when I did go to Florida A&M University, the #1 HBCU in the nation, they definitely instilled in us what we needed to know about the importance of the Haitian Revolution and part it's played in the lives of Black people and where we are today. So shouts out to Haiti.
Haiti. Shout out to fam. We'll give y'all some love today. It's Black History. Shout out to all the HBCUs, Bethune-Cookman. Shout out to Blackness.
Haiti's rebellion. I know we gotta get off this air. Haiti's rebellion made life harder for Black people in America.
It did.
And that was the fear of white people, not because black people. And Toussaint Louverture's being able to defeat at the time the largest navy in the world, Napoleon Bonaparte's navy, freaked white people in this country out. And people don't know that at that time Haiti was the richest country in the New World because of its molasses and its ability to make rum. But what happened was Britain and all of the European nations and America stopped doing business with Haiti after the black people weren't free because they were afraid the news of Haiti rebellion was going to make it to black people in America and it was going to happen here. Also, because Haiti wanted freedom, people don't even know this. Let me show you how connected oppression is. Haiti's rebellion is the reason America began its military industrial complex. Because Haiti wanted freedom, America started expanding its military because South Carolina kept importing slaves or importing Africans to enslave, I should say. And because they did that, they wouldn't let their white men go to the national militia when they were called up. So because South Carolina wouldn't send their troops or their militia to go when they were called up nationally, other states had to make their militias larger. And because they did that, we kept growing the military because South Carolina kept importing black people. At one point, there were more black people in South Carolina and they were afraid that the black people were going to overthrow them. So the rest of the nation was literally screaming to the federal government, like South Carolina is putting a tax on all of our governments because of their slave appetite. And their slave appetite kept making them have to grow their militia. Because of that, the military became centralized. And now we have the United States Armed Forces the way we know it because of South Carolina slavery and Toussaint Louverture's fight to freedom.
You better break that shit down. Excuse me, my bad. We made it through the whole episode, and I would be the one to mess up. You better break that thing down like the hood professor. Look at that. History lessons in this show. All right.
And we can go on and on, especially about how Haiti's revolution has affected black folks and black people here. And to the point that Mondale made about the military complex, that's amazing. Literally, we can literally go on and on. There's so much that Haiti's revolution has inspired and caused, and so much. I mean, from the original oppression of us trying to preserve our independence and having to pay for that to France.
Right.
And, still owing. It's right. And because of them, they made sure that they had their foot on our necks so that we wouldn't. It's all of that. White supremacy has been, but you know what I mean. But we wanted to be free from that because we are a rich nation and a rich culture, and they know that, and it's dangerous to them. So I mean, like I said, we can go on and on. My God, but
on and on.
Shout out to all my souls. I love you guys. Beat it.
My favorite new history, and then Rebecca, like whatever y'all want to do, we could toss it to James. Whatever, it's in your hands. But my favorite new history
reparations
is my favorite future history is reparations. My favorite current history is 5 free black people on a screen at one time, not being bought by anybody but our own desire to help our people. They ain't never seen nothing like this.
Reparations. Say it again. Reparations. February 1st. Reparations. Rep 1, reparations. Rep 1, reparations. February 1st. Rep 1, reparations.
Right.
That's it. James.
We have no black women in the Senate, y'all.
Let's change that.
Like for real.
Word.
And with that being said, look, sit on that. Look, let that sizzle in your spirit, audience. And with that being said, we will see y'all tomorrow.
Reparations.
See you about tomorrow, everybody. Take care.
You guys mean it.
Reparations.
James, what you got? Reparations.
Reparations.
I pull up to the club looking fresh always. Ladies trying to cop my style, no way. Gonna keep riding like it's my damn day. I'ma do right. I'ma do it my way.
Shout out to everybody joined us for the show this morning. We really appreciate y'all, and we love y'all so much, man. You got heavy there at the end. But hey, that's why we're here to do, bring you radical truth at all times. We thank you so much for joining and coming through today. And as usual, I'm gonna ride y'all out until at least 10:45.
I got the bills, I got the thoughts online, and look secure.
got the money, money. I got the ice on me. I got that good, good. Come get this honey, honey. I got the money, money. I got the ice on me. I got that good, good. Come get this honey, honey, yeah. Come get this honey, honey, yeah. Come get it. Come get this honey, honey, yeah. Come get it.
All I do is stunt till I break a bone. I might go a month, we need rest of mom. Lemon pepper pack, snatch it out the bone. Yeah, you know where I'm at, this ain't what you know, no.
Shout out everybody still checking in. I see y'all. Thank y'all so much for the love.
Give me the champagne, so I toast. Give me the bread, give me the bread, give me the champagne, so I toast. Give me the bread, give me the bread, give me the champagne, so I toast. Bread in my heart like toast. Had to work hard for the most. Heart beat hard like smoke. Car repo for the note.
Make sure that you are hitting that like button, the share button, subscribe, so you always know when the morning trap is going down, y'all. You don't ever want to miss a beat. All right, and make sure that you follow everybody. You know, we're all on Twitter and everything else. Make sure that you hit the like button, subscribe. DJ X3C on Venmo and Cash App. If you feel so inclined to tip your DJ.
Give me the bread, give me the bread, give me the champagne, so I toast. Give me the bread, give me the bread, give me the champagne, so I toast. Give me the bread, give me the bread, give me the champagne, so I toast. Shit get risky, need a sip of whiskey, ay. Throw it back like frisbee, call you back, I'm busy, ay. Nothing to celebrate lately, gotta get back on the defense. I can't relax on the weekends, she said my ego a weakness. I look at that shit like diesel, all of these raps is see-through. I need some money that's legal, do it for all of my people. I ain't got nothing to hide, I been who I am, I ain't tryna sneak you. I ain't gon' join, I'ma beat you.
You know I say what I mean.
Wave, look, why you mad? Get to the bag. Long face, tuck a case, get the cash. I've been living fast, still far from average. Real talk, all this shit is right outside what I imagine. Young, black, and raspy.
Shout out to everybody checking in this morning. Hope that you enjoyed the show. No idea. Really appreciate all the love and support, y'all. Make sure that you keep it coming. Make sure we'll make sure that we provide you with everything we need.
We supposed to pick. See your things through a different lens. Living fast, only one chance. Never pants, how we do the plans. Right? I practice what I preach. Ain't like I put around my wave and get lost to sea. Not sure what you wanted, but I'm what you need. I know my high just started, but I hit a peak, yeah. Wave, used to just wanna blend in. Big flex, how I do the syntax now that I got the attention. On the rig, you make it really hard to just wanna be friends. Treat the night like a vignette for what's coming next, hard to see the end. Yeah, I tread water in the deep end. I'll die young and live plenty days on my defense. In real life, just pretend, let them sleep in. Reach a life feeling like a never-ending repeat of the weekend.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, got it.
Switch up how I breathe every time I see it. Yeah, knowing what you want, I know just what you need. Yeah, yeah. Here's the thing, I got you falling through for the weekend. Chance I put it down, I need that. Bet I make it hard, I wanna leave.
Ain't nobody realize it's been added something rigorous. I traded in the cars, I was lost for the dividends. Calm but the temple living strong when I get to live. Phone steady deep and screening calls like I'm living.
Slide to the left, slide to the right. Rock with me, baby, we can do this all night. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, slide to the left, slide to the right. Rock with me, baby, we can do this all night. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Come on, come on, come on. Hey, slide to the left, slide to the right. Rock with me, baby, we can do this all night. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Come on, come on, come on.
Yeah, this is my jam too.
Slide to the right, rock with me, baby, we can do this all night. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, my hand is wrapped around your waist. I love the way that you be twirling to the bass. Moving sideways on a Friday. DJ playing all of your favorites. I'm digging your flavor, yeah, yeah. Cause the vibe. Let this be real inside. Hey, slide to the left, slide to the right. Rock with me, baby, we can do this all night. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, slide to the left, slide to the right. Rock with me, baby, we can do this all night. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Come on, come on, come on. Hey, slide to the left.
wish this song was actually like on real radio somewhere.
We can do the sideline, slide to the left, slide to the right. Come on, come on, come on. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Back on it, baby, we can do the sideline, slide to the left, slide to the right. Come on, come on, come on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for your DJ and co-host James Bubba Williams, better known as DJ Exclusive. We hope that you enjoyed today's show, and we want to make sure that you come back tomorrow morning, same bat time, same bat channel, where the morning trap will be going down. So on behalf of myself, Ben, Rebecca, Mundell, and Marcus, we really appreciate y'all. We love y'all. It's the morning trap. Mwah. See you in the morning. Peace out.